too expensive for staying at room 13. Usually airy and usually berry, and that's just how my life goes. And I don't ever try to dress to impress. Fuck you, preppy asshole. On the 14th floor where the bathroom door don't lock. So happy we don't gotta worry about the cops. We could all get arrested for this, but when the police mix, I don't give a shit tonight. Alright. She walks in the bedroom fast, despite all the noise from the crowd. Now she's spent the sound of bathroom sink. Her mother would be so proud. Gets on the deed and there's a line to go pee, but the bathroom looks like a war zone.
Welcome in to episode 180 of Fired Up. Check us out at firesports.com. I'm Mike Gilletto. Joining me as always, Dom Console. Cheer. What's going on, fellas?
Yo, what's up, guys? I think I'm like glitching. I'm way behind.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I'm gonna.
That's never a good start.
Yeah, give me a
Refresh,
sec.
come back
I
in.
am.
Your video is behind, but your voice is fine.
Maybe not.
Okay, yeah. You know what? You know what's funny? You want to know the irony to this?
Sure.
You had problems coming on before, and now he has problems on.
Yes.
And it's not me. It's not me this time.
For the first time in history, the technical problems is not you.
It feels pretty good.
It feels good to be in that chair. What's up? How have things been the last week?
Did he leave yet? There he goes.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. Well, he's figuring that out. So but yeah, it's we got a little Super Bowl action to talk about this week. Flyers actually finally did something, made a move. We'll talk about that. Sixers maybe making some move. When's that deadline? Soon, isn't it?
The 6th, whatever day that is.
That's Thursday.
6th.
Maybe Paul George, maybe?
Potentially.
Who knows? We'll see. And then when do pitchers and catchers report? Is that today? Or next week? Or it's soon, isn't it?
The trucks left yesterday.
Okay, that's what it was. That's what I said.
I think it's the 5th or the 6th or the 4th or something. I'm not sure.
We're right around there.
It's sometime this week. Chris might know.
We're right around there. There he is. Are you with us?
I think I'm here.
All right, I think you're here too.
I don't know. I don't know if you heard, but I told Mike. I said he had problems coming on before. You have problems during the show. It feels good for it not to be me.
Yeah, you're the goat.
Yeah,
you're the Brady of it.
Yep. I think the video's still a little off, but your voice is good. We're
definitely
fine.
Off. Yeah.
Yeah, but your voice is fine. It's all we need to hear from you. You know what I mean?
The only thing that would make this even better is if my phone percentage was. Oh, he's gone again.
No, I'm here.
Oh yeah,
I took the video off it again. It looks stupid. I'm like 10 seconds behind.
If my phone percentage is higher than both of yours,
it probably is actually higher than mine.
It probably is.
What's your phone percentage?
No, what's yours on?
You're definitely having me beat because I'm at 13%.
All right,
I'm at 17%.
Wow, I'm at 19. 19.
Look at that. Look at that. But yeah, I mean, where did you guys kind of want to get this thing started? You want to talk Super Bowl first? You want to talk a little Flyers action, Sixers?
Yeah,
What's on your mind?
I definitely want to do what we've done the last few years. I think we did. Didn't we do like
some prop bets?
Yeah. I have a list. So again, it's been absolute chaos in my house the last couple weeks. So like I forgot to actually look at this stuff up. But I do have a sheet of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 listed here.
Ooh, what an unlucky number, Mike.
That is a very unlucky number. But I just grabbed the prop sheet. I didn't even look at how many there were until right now. So there we go. So yeah, I mean, we could do that. You want to do that now, off the top?
Whatever you want to do, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So Of course, I didn't write these down, so I'm gonna have to go through and do it later manually because I just whatever. But anyway, let's start now. First off, this is gonna be to go with the question. The first, who's singing the national anthem this year? Anybody know?
I
What's
do
the
know. I
answer
looked
to
this
that
up the
question?
other day.
I feel like I saw it the other day too, and I can't remember.
All right, I'm looking it up.
It's not a new person. Well, at least I don't know the person.
Who is? Okay. I feel like this should be an easy find, and I just typed in national singer anthem or national anthem singer Super Bowl, and it just lists of like who is singing the Super. Like, just tell me who it is. John Batiste.
Yeah, Batiste. Yeah,
I don't even know who that
that's
is. Who is that?
I have no clue.
No idea.
He's
I
a
don't like
Grammy and Oscar winner.
Yeah,
Interesting.
no clue.
In addition to his own albums, including a recent reimagining of Beethoven, was Beethoven Blues. He's worked with Beyonce, Mumford & Sons, Lil Wayne, and many more. No idea who that guy is.
Going
But he
over
is singing the national anthem. So that brings me to the first question: will the national anthem be longer than 120 and a half seconds?
I'm gonna go overs.
I'm going over too on that.
You know what? I'll be the contrarian. Let's go. 2 minutes. I feel like it's a long national anthem.
I think he said 1:20.
No, 120 seconds.
No, you said a
Oh.
minute 20.
Did I?
20.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Okay, sorry. My apologies. 120.5 seconds. So that's.
Oh,
2
fuck it.
minutes.
I'll still go over.
Yeah, I'm going to still stay with the over too.
I'm taking the under.
Dom, you know what?
Go
You
ahead.
know what else he did, Dom? He was the band leader and musical director on the Stephen Colbert Show from 2015.
Okay, I just looked him up. He looked a little familiar. Like I've seen his face before.
Don't they usually have like A-listers sing the national anthem?
I
Like, there's
mean,
nobody
this
else.
guy-
There's nobody
this guy
else
looks
they
like
could have
he's-
gotten to sing the national anthem from
Dude,
Louisiana.
he's
or
a
Orleans.
Grammy winner.
Yeah, but he's an A-lister. You know how many people win Grammys that you've probably never heard of before ever?
I mean, he worked with a lot of people from what
He
I
has.
mean, I just did a very quick thing. Alicia Keys, Stevie Wonder, Prince, Willie Nelson, Lenny Kravitz, A$AP Rocky, Ed Sheeran,
They could have gotten all those people to do the national anthem though.
Lana Del Rey.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
They're not
no,
like
I agree.
they're not giving Benny Blanco a microphone and saying, "Here, sing the national anthem."
He
He's
probably
worked
would.
with all those
too.
people too.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's Although he probably would do it.
Yeah, maybe. You know, he doesn't fly.
He doesn't fly.
He
He
refuses
seems like
it.
kind of like a quirky guy. I love him. I think he's
Oh, he's
hilarious.
tremendous. Yeah, he's
great.
hilarious. He's a great. He's really good at what he does. I heard him on a podcast. He said that whenever he goes to Europe, he'll take a train from Los Angeles to New York and then take a boat.
Are you
That's not,
serious?
that's not real life.
Yeah, it is. I swear to God, that's what he says.
It's not real life.
That's what he said.
How? Okay, that just doesn't make sense. First off, how long is a train ride from LA
Like
to
3
New York?
days.
Okay,
No,
that's
it's probably
question.
like a day. Honestly, it's probably
That's
like a day and a
question.
half.
That's question one. Question two is how long is the boat trip from New York to Europe?
I think like he said on the. It was a long time ago. He said on the podcast like he takes like a 2-week like cruise to Europe. Like
That's nuts.
yeah,
When you could just fly to Europe in what, 12
like
to 18
6
hours?
Not even.
6 hours,
No,
yeah.
it's like 6 8
Well,
hours.
from LA. I'm talking about from LA.
Oh yeah,
Probably 10 to 12 hours, right?
yeah.
At least. Yeah, it's,
No,
that's,
you-
He was like he's like yeah, I just like I just take a cruise with like families. He's like there's just random families and I hang out with people.
he's a quirky dude. I like him a
Yeah.
lot.
So do I.
I'm not a fan of Selena Gomez, but I like him.
Yeah, she's a fine. I don't.
I'm not a huge fan.
Give or take.
Takes herself way too serious, in my opinion.
Eh,
All right, what's next?
All right, next.
We got off track there.
What is what will the result of the coin toss be? Obviously, heads or tails.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
tails never fails.
I'm gonna go heads. Chris, what did you say?
I said tails.
You said tails. Okay. All right. Who will win the Kick of Destiny 3? Now, I believe didn't Gronk do the first two?
Yes, he missed the first one, and then last year was his redemption, and he
He
hit it.
missed both, didn't he? No, he
I think he hit it last
last
year. I think so.
Okay, so who will win? It is Eli versus Peyton.
Eli.
I was gonna say Eli too.
I was also going Eli.
Definitely more athletic than Peyton.
The commercial's really funny. Have you guys seen that commercial?
No, I
Yeah,
actually haven't.
Both of them.
Yeah, Eli's like practicing his kicking, and Peyton comes up, and it's like back in the day, and Peyton's like, "Face it, Eli, you're never gonna be a kicker. You're gonna be a quarterback like me and Dad." Ha 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 ha. And Eli's like, basically like he's always wanted to be a kicker.
That's
It's funny. It's funny.
That is funny. I like the Manning brothers. I know we obviously hate Eli from like his playing days, but I don't know something about him. I
I don't
funny.
hate Eli.
No,
I hate Peyton more than Eli.
Do you really?
I do.
Why? Why?
I didn't mind it. Like when he took the runs and won the Super Bowl, like they were never like a great team where like you were fearful of them as an Eagles fan. Like you're never fearful of that team. So I never really hated them because I was like, oh, we could always beat these guys. Like we beat them one time with Vince Young at quarterback. So like I was never afraid of him or the Giants. So Peyton, I was scared of.
Okay. Yeah, but I feel like you never really saw Peyton all that often. Like different conference and all that stuff. But all right, which team will score first?
Who gets the ball first? That's
Right, it's just kind of the flip of the coin, 50-50 shot.
I'm gonna
Kansas
say
City.
Kansas City hits a field goal to start the game.
Okay, field goal.
going
A
with the
nice 8-minute drive leads to 3 points, kind of like Washington.
I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Eagles. Okay. Who will be in the lead at the end of the first half?
The Eagles.
I'm gonna say the Eagles too.
The end of the first half. I'm going to say Kansas City. Will Kendrick Lamar play more than 10.5 songs?
No, I don't think so.
What do they get? Like 30 minutes for a halftime performance?
Like 20,
it
yeah,
that
they say
long?
25 to 30 minutes. Yeah.
I'm going to go yes.
Okay, more than 10.5 songs.
Yeah, because I think he'll do like a medley at one point.
Well, yeah, I mean they usually kind of do that. I'm just trying to think of like, does Kendrick have like 11 like pop level like mainstream songs that people
Well, wait,
are
does
gonna,
it
like, recognize?
does it only count if he's doing the song, or what if he's like featured in it and he brings somebody out? Does that count?
I would say
I
that
think
counts.
that counts. Yeah,
I
I
would
think
say that counts.
Yes, I think over 10.5.
that,
Because he's obviously not going to do the whole thing himself. Nobody does anymore.
no, SZA's coming out with him.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, they have like 3 or 4 songs together. I think he's got 10.5 songs he could do. He's the type of guy that like it doesn't matter if like their pop songs are like
He's just
anybody
gonna
knows.
do
He's just
his
gonna do them.
repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Next,
Do you think
well,
he brings Drake out?
yeah, I'm sure of that. I mean, he's gonna do Not Like Us, right?
Oh, he has to. Yeah.
He has to. Even if it's just like the chorus.
Did you
like,
see the Grammys last night?
I did, yeah. Well, I watched.
I didn't
parts
watch
of
it. Yeah, I didn't watch.
I watched
any of
half of it.
But did you see when he won Record of the Year at the end of the night?
Everybody singing the song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. I mean, that pretty much seals him winning that battle.
Yeah.
If there was a doubt before, there's not anymore. All right, next. Will Kendrick have any special performers other than SZA?
Yes.
I have a theory.
Okay.
I don't know if this is going to tie in with another question because this question might come later, but I
Okay.
think that I don't know if this counts or not, but I think he brings Mustard out, like the like producer DJ, but he doesn't perform. I think he's just going to stand to the side and pretend to be like spinning records or something.
Does anybody even like know who that is though? Like, I know the name, but like I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. Like, if he was there, I wouldn't even notice he was there.
I don't think that's the point of doing it. I don't think the point of. I think he's going to do it because it's his buddy and they had the Record of the Year together. He's probably one of the biggest producers in rap, so like that's why I think he's. See, I have a theory. I think he's going to come out. I think he's going to start the song with. I don't know if you guys are familiar with his new album.
Listen to a little bit of it.
The song
yeah.
TV Off.
Mhm.
I think that's what he starts with because towards the end of the song, he yells mustard twice.
Yeah. Mhm.
And the second time he yells it, I don't know if you're familiar with the lyrics, but he says, walking into New Orleans with, or I'm sorry, walking into New Orleans with the LA etiquette, yelling mustard. And I think that's what they start off with.
Okay,
That's just a hot take.
I can see that. No, that
That's
makes
just a hot
perfect.
take.
That makes perfect sense with where they are, and
Right.
I like that. I can get behind that.
I think Little Wayne makes an appearance.
Do you?
Do
I don't think so. Nah.
I do?
I think Kendrick's too um what's the word?
I don't know.
Petty?
To let another rapper out there?
No, it's
they have like not a beef, but
it's
like
not really a beef. Lil Wayne just felt slighted that he wasn't asked, essentially. So he kind of called it out, and Kendrick might take offense to that. I don't know.
well, and then Kendrick put him in the first song on his new album. He basically like says like you know, if you look, you can look up the lyric, but he says something about Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne actually came out like a week after the album came out and was like, where I didn't say anything. He's like, why am I getting brought into this? So I don't think there's like a beef there, but like they definitely are not like,
To be honest,
seeing eye to eye.
Lil Wayne should have done the halftime show. It would have made too much sense to have him do it.
Yeah, but why? Because it's just New Orleans.
Yes, that's exactly why.
When has somebody ever played at their home where they're from?
I'd have to look, but I don't
Never.
know.
I don't think it's ever happened.
Yeah, but
Maybe Prince did Minnesota, but like other than that, like it's not like a formal thing.
No, didn't they do the Didn't the year that the Rams won, they did like
Oh, they did
Dr.
Dre,
and
yeah.
all them? Yeah.
yeah,
So
But other than that, like it's not like a formal thing.
yeah. It's just with I don't know New Orleans. I don't know. I just would have liked to see it. And I prefer Lil Wayne over Kendrick Lamar. That's all
That's fair. I'm just.
The era
I just
grew
don't
up in.
think. I just don't. What'd you say?
It's just the era that I just but my peak
Yeah.
of listening to music is kind of the Lil Wayne era.
I like Lil Wayne.
I
think
think
Kendrick's better personally.
I just think Wayne does make some sort of appearance.
I like that. I'd be cool with that. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say the answer to the question. No, I think it's just him and SZA. Don't they tour together too?
Yeah, I'm going to see them.
The whole. Are you really? When's that?
April
Or is that like the Link or something?
May. No, it's May. Sorry. Yep.
The Link, yeah.
First week of May.
Nice. Which team will have the ball to start the second half?
Chiefs.
I'm gonna say
I'm
Eagles.
going to say the Eagles. I think the Eagles win the toss.
Okay, I'm gonna say the Eagles. Will both teams score in the third quarter?
No.
I say
I'm gonna
yeah.
say yes. I'm gonna say yes. Will the total number of points scored be odd or even?
Hold on, I got to do some math here.
It's such. It's such like a
The
random
last
question.
few were very specific.
Very specific. I'm gonna say
odd.
I'm gonna say even.
Odd.
Okay. Will the winning coach have Gatorade water poured on him?
Gatorade.
Yeah, I think
Gatorade. Yeah, Gatorade. Will a quarterback win Super Bowl MVP?
Yes.
No.
I'm going to say yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I have a theory about the game.
Okay. Tiebreaker. It's got a tiebreaker question. Like, what will the final margin of victory be? But like, that's I don't know. What do you guys think? Final
21.
margin of victory. 21. You have them kind of blown out of the water.
Eagles are blowing the Chiefs out of the water.
I think it's 3.
Huh? I'm gonna go.
I think they win 31-28.
I'm gonna go 6.
I think
there you go.
35-14.
You have this game. Like you could turn it off.
You got your feet up. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
on Broad Street. I'm on Broad Street at the beginning of the fourth quarter. I'm helping the police officers. I'm helping the police officers grease the poles.
Yeah.
I listen. I love the confidence. I'm not there yet. Dom, I'm curious. What is your theory? How do you think this game's gonna go?
I think that they win 31-28. I think that they kind of contain Saquon somewhat, and Hurts has to use his arm, and he comes out and he has a great game, and they win.
Yeah, I'm not. I think in order to win this game, I think you're gonna have to have Saquon be Saquon.
Did you know that he's never faced the Chiefs in his career? Saquon.
Yeah.
The Giants
guess
played
it makes
Kansas
some
City
sort of
once,
sense.
and he was hurt.
Okay.
So Spags has never seen Saquon, or at least the Chiefs.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if he's seen him.
With the Giants. when
He may have
Barkley-
been. He may have
Yeah.
been.
Yeah, I don't think it's close. Honestly, I'm not just saying like I have bravado when I'm saying that. I don't think it's even close.
What? Well, why do you? Why are you so confident that it's going to be?
I
Such
think
like
that
a
the Eagles
blowout?
defense. I think the Eagles defense is so good, and I think that they don't even need to get the pressure to Mahomes. I think they can sit back in coverage and pick and not let him pick them apart.
Let me ask you this. So obviously, I think Kelsey's gonna be a concern, right? Like them defending Kelsey. I know he hasn't had the year that he usually has, but I think that he's still very effective. Now with the N'Kobe Dean out, obviously Burks is playing. Burks had a nice game last week. Other than that, he's not been great. So obviously in practice earlier last week, they had C.J. Gardner Johnson. Did you guys see Brent Selleck was like practicing with the team, mimicking Jason Kelsey or Travis Kelsey? I mean, they could have just asked me. I would have been the same thing. But,
Sure. Yeah.
but so if they're really thinking that C.J. Gardner Johnson is going to focus on Kelsey, does that worry you about the possibility of like Hollywood Brown, running deep routes and Worthy, um, kind of being like a big key to the offense if you take C.J. Gardner Johnson out of his normal spot?
See, I think with me, Gardner Johnson, you're just gonna have him spy Kelsey. I don't think he's gonna have to follow him the whole time because I don't think they're gonna play man at all. I think
No,
he's
I agree. I don't think it's going to be like a crazy amount of like him one on one with Kelsey.
You
But
don't.
even like that's the thing is I think Kelsey's so great even at this point in his career. I know he's had a down year and nobody's expecting him to be anything in this game, not anything, but like his normal self. So like I just don't want them to like because I think if you take a little bit off of him, he makes you regret it. He'll make you regret it.
See, I think they should play man. Like I think if you play zone against Mahomes, I think he tears you apart.
yeah, but they haven't played man all year. You can't just drop out of that into the Super Bowl. And,
I understand, but I think if you play zone, I think you're in trouble.
I think if you hit Kelsey at the beginning of the game really hard, and Gardner Johnson has no problem. He did it to Pacheco a couple years ago. I think if you hit him really hard at the beginning of the game, I think that the ball comes his way, but I don't think he's turning up his field as quickly. I think he's going to protect his body.
I just think Kelsey's different than Pacheco, different than Brandon Cooks from 2017. I just think he's like a totally different animal.
Yeah, I mean, but hit you come down on your speed and you got a little bravado in that step when you hit. Hell, even send Reed Blankenship into there. Let him do it. Put Sidney Brown out there for a play. He has no problem torpedoing into guys. And I mean that in like the greatest.
Yeah. You don't want him to get hurt. You're not.
Yeah, I
asking
don't
for-
want him to get hurt.
If it happens, it happens.
Yeah, of course, but I wouldn't want to like then it be well you guys won the Super Bowl because we didn't have Kelsey. Like no,
I don't give a fuck
won
how
the
they win the Super Bowl. You win the Super Bowl. You win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I just don't. I think that Kelsey is he's just done. I think this is his last year, and I don't think that he's gonna have a great last game.
I hope so.
That's just me. He may get a ton of receptions, but I don't see him like creating a big play for them.
Well, yeah, I don't think he really has that much in him anymore to like have the big like blowout play. But
I just don't want
breaking
them
up
to
play.
expect him not to have a big game and then
just kind of forget about him.
yeah,
leave him
and
over there,
then he
yeah.
just tears them apart.
Yeah, like, I don't think
Because
anybody
he's got
expected.
like-
Well, I don't think anybody expected Ertz to be that good and that effective last
Right.
week. Like
And I think Ertz is a lot different than Kelsey. It's
in a good way or bad.
well, I think Kelsey's a lot better.
Right. Okay. Right. I
Right.
agree.
Yeah, I just think that the Eagles front four might be able to get to Mahomes quicker, where he's not going to allow for a Kelsey longer pass to develop. Do you know what I mean? Like I think they're going to have to be quicker passes. So he might, if anything, be like a check down guy all day.
Yeah.
And if he's doing that, then I think we're in a really good spot. If Kelsey's catching the dump off passes, I think we're in a really good spot. Because I'm not afraid of him in space because I think the team's such a good tackling team this year,
I
where
agree
they,
with that.
they get to the guy and somebody makes one hit and then three guys are right there to force it. And not to mention, Travis has a fumbling problem. Like, let's not forget that. And the Eagles have no problem punching the ball out.
I think that's
Sure.
going to be a big factor in this game is trying to get Mahomes or trying to create Kansas City, trying to get them to give us the ball as much as possible.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get Mahomes to do it in the air.
Sure.
Honestly, I think you're going to have to get it on the ground, and like make something on special teams, like make a play on special teams.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean the biggest play from the Super Bowl 2 years ago is a fumble.
Yeah.
If it goes for you this time, it could be the difference, in the game. So
And what do you think the score is going to be, Mike? You said 6.
I 6, give or take. Because now I'm trying to work through it. I think both teams will be able to score. To be honest, because I know he hasn't been like regular Pat Mahomes this year, but it's still Patrick Mahomes. Like I think a lot of people are forgetting that. So I think they still will be able to score. Let's go like 31-25-ish.
Okay.
Something like that.
It's a random.
It's a random. I tried to make the 6 in there somewhere. All right, I said 6. All right, that's what I got right now.
All right.
30. How about how about 34-28? Is that better?
Sure. I mean, hey, I like the 31-25. It's just,
No, let's do 34-28.
it's
I
got to
like
be
that better.
Scorigami, right? 31.
It has to be. It has to be. No, I
And
like 34-28 better. Let's
And
do
Mike
that.
picked it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scorigami in the Super Bowl.
That's got to be pretty good odds.
I would take that. I would go and bet that on FanDuel right now. Exact score.
Well, you know what? That's actually a good idea. Let's see if there are any FanDuel bets here.
I put a couple things in already. I'm going to do more later as the week goes on.
I can't
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
Mike
it's
the
still
prop
early.
bet didn't. I can't believe the prop bet didn't bring up how many times you see Taylor Swift.
I think people are starting to get kind of over it, to be honest.
Did you guys see my tweet? I thought it was a really good tweet.
I don't think I did.
My Taylor Swift tweet.
Did I? I don't know. I don't remember if I saw that.
I said
one.
Taylor Swift has been more AFC Championship games than Lamar.
I have seen that.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, will there be Scorigami? All right, hold on. Yes, plus 2,500.
There you go.
So you sprinkle a little $10 bet on there,
I
$250.
was just saying a little 50-cent bet right there.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Let's see if there's any other wacky other one. Color first Gatorade, coin toss. That's it. That's all. I was expecting more. Oh, any player to record an octopus? You score a touchdown and 2-point conversion on the same drive.
I've never heard of
that's
it.
very possible.
I've never heard of it called that, but that's yes.
You never heard of
I-
it? It's called an octopus. Score a touchdown and 2-point conversion on the same
I
drive.
mean, like-
yes is plus 1040.
Like that's a Jalen Hurts
Hurts
type of
special.
thing. Yeah.
Yep.
You get a touchdown on a tush push. They offsides, go for 2, right back at it with the tush push.
Mm-hmm. Either quarterback to throw for 5 passing touchdowns. I don't think that's happening.
No. What is that?
Any offensive lineman to score a touchdown plus 1,800. Any quarterback to score a receiving touchdown plus 7,000.
I saw
Another
that
Philly
today.
special.
I saw that today.
Yeah.
Dude, I just really feel like this is gonna be like, I don't know why I have that feeling. I didn't have it the last time. I didn't have it against the Patriots, but I really just feel like they're so much better than the Chiefs.
I hope you're right because last week when we went to the game, you had a feeling and you were exactly right. So
I
you
did.
said Kenny Pickett was going to be in the game.
Yeah.
I just feel like I don't know.
My heart and blood pressure can like really use an easy fourth quarter.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is it as good if that's how it goes? I've been trying to.
Yeah. I don't think you care how it goes as long as you win.
Yeah, but in my brain, like, do you is it a better, like almost high when they win on the last play, like against Brady, or is it better like? Are you already coming down then halfway through the fourth quarter on that when you're just like, all right, like it's over? You know what I mean? Like kind of like that. Sort of.
I'll take the easy fourth quarter.
You'll
every
take the
single
easy
time.
fourth quarter.
Yeah, my heart can't take that. I don't think you understand.
Yeah, I think everybody was having a grand old time, like, you know, back in that Super Bowl year when like they kicked the shit out of Minnesota. Like everybody's having a good time when you're up by a lot of points. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So
I'm trying
Yeah,
to see if you take it.
right, yeah. Listen, if
Even
you
though
think
he
he's
probably
gonna-
wouldn't come out, but
if they're up by 4 scores, you don't think that he's coming out? Hurts is coming out?
what's the point?
Yeah. Why would
Yeah,
you
I
take
don't
him
know.
out?
Yeah, I don't.
You
Yeah, I
just
guess.
keep running the score up.
Yeah, I guess at that point you're not like risking injury because you don't have another week to play for.
Yeah, you
Right.
don't. You're not worried about next year.
Right.
Oh, did Saquon Barkley break Terrell Davis's record?
Oh, I think he does. Yeah.
Didn't he already do it, or is he?
No,
I was gonna say it's real
30
close.
yards? Yeah.
Yeah, then yeah, it's easy. It's easy. See, I know he was real close last game, but yeah, I just think he's gonna have to. Well, like that's been kind of their identity this year is just run the ball down the other team's throat, and if they can't do that or won't do that, I think they're gonna have problems.
Dude, the Eagles are plus 1.5, right? But the matchup predictor has the Eagles 56% chance of winning.
It's interesting.
Is that close? Like
No, it's 56 to 43.
right, but like is that I don't know what usually
Well, it's the line's telling you something different than the predictability.
Right,
Like,
right.
It's telling you a lot of money's probably on the Chiefs, is what that tells me.
Yeah, I really just think the Eagles are a better team. I really, really do.
Yeah,
don't
no, I
know.
agree, and I think the Eagles are a much better team than they were 2 years ago, and they barely lost that game. Now, granted, it's a different Chiefs team, but
I think this is a better Jalen Hurts than last time too.
well, it's hard to say that because I thought he played pretty damn good in that Super Bowl.
That was the best game of his career. He
One
played
of.
the best game of his career.
One of, and I think he played another one of the best games of his career last week against Washington. Can he do that 2 weeks in a row? Is my
I
question.
think what I mean by that is I think this is the best version of him as a player. Like I think this is the peak Jalen Hurts that we're gonna see as being like a good Jalen Hurts. And if that's 18 touchdowns a year, passing touchdowns, and the team's in the Super Bowl, we think we got to be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean the one kind of thing that whether it's you want to give props to Hurts himself or you want to give props to like Kellen Moore is Hurts had a real big turnover problem and he's really cleaned that up this year. Like
Yeah, he had 5
It's-
turnovers.
it's been a great part of his game, and the reason why they keep winning.
Yeah, and I think did you say it earlier, Mike? Like it's going to be the turnover game battle is going to decide this game.
Yep, went against you 2 years ago. It's got to go for you this year.
Yeah, and the one 2 years ago was again that wasn't even like a pressure one. That was,
It was a
Jalen
fluky-
just,
it was
like
fluky.
losing the ball.
Yeah, wasn't he running with it and it just
Yeah.
slipped out of his hand, right?
Yep, he went to go put
Yeah.
it into the other hand.
Yeah, that's just a fluky, brutal play.
Brutal because they scored a touchdown off of it.
Yeah.
Like you didn't
Yep.
even let your defense get out there to play it.
Right.
But again, I'm not worried about Chris Jones. I think is going to get you. I don't think Chris Jones has any type of pressure this game. I think that interior line is so good that
What's
he doesn't-
the deal? Have they said anything about the center position? Is it Jurgens good to go, or like what's the deal with
I think
that?
he's good to go. I haven't seen
Yeah.
anything that he's.
I saw that there was something somebody said at the end of last week that said, let's say if the game was this Sunday, meaning the Sunday that just passed, they probably would play.
Him
Yeah.
and Dickerson,
Yeah.
because I know they were both banged up against Washington, obviously. And Jurgens didn't even start the game and then came in for Dickerson later, right? Is that how that
Right.
played out?
Yeah.
So,
Did
I
you guys,
think they'll play.
did you guys get to listen to the audio from the NFC Championship game yet?
I listened
I've
to a little
heard
bit of
Some
Mailata.
things, yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
some things here and there.
Yeah, Mylotta was mic'd up. DeJean was mic'd up.
Yeah, wasn't I saw a clip of Mylotta like quoting like Bane.
Bane. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know what I was gonna break first, your spirit or your body.
It's such like a random line to throw out like in the middle of a play or at the end of the play, whenever it was, just
It was
random
a
as
and
shit.
it was on a extra point that he said that.
Right.
It wasn't even like
So random.
yeah. Dude, he like bodied AJ Brown on the first play of the game. He just totally destroyed AJ
Yeah,
Brown. Jordan
100%.
Mailata did. And he's like, he goes to the sideline. He's like, my bad, AJ. He goes, there were 3 of them standing there. And AJ's like, no, you're good. You're good, man. All
Yeah,
good.
I saw that.
So I know we didn't really talk about it last week, but obviously the media in the city's crazy, so they kind of ran with it. But you guys were obviously there at the game, and we talked about the post game speech and all that. What did you guys make of the straitjacket comment from Hertz?
I think that somebody brought up a good point. I don't think it was the local media. I think it was the national media that basically said like a straitjacket is extreme because usually it's handcuffed, right? Like when you're handcuffed, it's a little bit less extreme than saying that somebody's in a straitjacket, meaning, he's
There's
really
no freedom.
really has
Yeah.
no freedom.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, a lot of people took it as like a shot towards like Sirianni and the coaching staff. I think it was more of a sarcastic shot to the media,
yeah.
but I was curious what you guys thought. If it was like a shot towards Sirianni, which if it is a shot towards Sirianni, it's a very odd spot to do it. You just won the NFC Championship, but
Yeah, I think that it was more of like towards the media. Like,
yeah, I agree.
let me show off. Let me do what I gotta do.
Yeah,
Like, I'm tired of this stupid narrative that just continues to follow me.
yep, yeah, for sure.
What did Nick Sirianni say about it?
I don't know. I don't know that he addressed it. Did he? He might have. I'm not sure. I didn't see.
Sirianni says Jalen Hurts was having fun with straight jacket comment.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
So
I think their relationship's fine now. I know there was like questions about that in like the offseason and earlier in the season, but I think I think healing heals a lot. Like, or I'm sorry, winning heals a lot. Like if you win relationships, you don't even notice the bad stuff. But yeah, it's it should be an exciting game, a nerve-wracking game, I'm sure, but it's good to it's fun to do this 2 out of 3 years.
Yeah.
It would just really suck to kind of bookend the dynasty.
Oh, there was only one time in my life that I wanted to. How can I word this? That I wanted
go
to
so many
harm my
places.
mom.
what? No, what?
Okay,
No.
well, I'm curious.
That's a lot of times for me.
So,
Yeah.
so we're right after when the Eagles lost the Super Bowl 2 years ago. She drove me home because she picked me up. We went to Mike and I. We went to our aunt's house, and I asked her to drop me off, or I asked her to pick me up because I was going to go to Broad Street. Then I was going to walk home. Blah 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 blah. So they wind up losing. I get in the car. We're driving. I don't say a word, and my mom looks at me and she goes, "It's just a game." And I was like, "You don't understand." She's like, "No, I understand." She's like, "But it's just they'll come back next year." And I was like, "You don't understand. Like that's been the whole thing my whole life is there's always next year for the Eagles, right?" And I was like, "You don't understand. I just saw the Phillies lose a World Series, and then the Eagles lose a Super Bowl like 3 months later. I might have to commit myself." Like and she was just like, "Yeah, you got to grow up and blah blah blah." And I was like, "You know what?" I almost got out and walked home from there.
When you lose a big game like a Super Bowl or anything like that, the absolute last thing you want to hear is it's just a game.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just
The last one, I just got in the car and said, "Brandon will talk to me. Just drive me."
Yeah.
I didn't put on the radio. I didn't do anything. I just stared straight as we took our 30-minute drive home.
Yep.
Didn't talk to her. Didn't turn around and say. And I think she was pregnant at the time with CJ. Didn't say a word to her. Nothing. Just kept my head straight. And didn't break contact from forward.
Yeah. All right. Anything else to kind of talk about the game before we move on here a little bit?
I don't
Go
think-
Birds. That's all I have.
Yeah, I think they're like I said. I think personally, I think it's done. This destiny's going to be sealed.
Season's over.
Season's
Yeah.
over.
Don't even play the game. They're going to win by 3
wouldn't.
scores anyway.
I wouldn't. That game's done. They don't got to show up. Tell the Chiefs
No.
they can go home.
Right.
Does
exactly.
Andy Reid retire if they win?
I don't know.
No.
So he would be the first one to ever three-peat, right?
Yeah.
They have a rookie
yes.
too, or I guess a couple rookies. They will be the first ever rookies to win 3 straight in their first 3 years.
Yeah, Trent McDuffie
Mm-hmm.
was one of them. You don't think he retires? You think he keeps doing
I
it?
think he keeps going.
Okay.
Well, where is he on like the all-time like win list? That's what I'd have to look at.
I don't think that. I think that if he wins, I think he cements himself. I mean, Belichick's won, but he's got to be tied for 2, if not close to Belichick's like 1, like
He's
I
already
agree.
top 4.
top 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In-
You could argue he's top 2 or 3 already, but
sure. If the Eagles beat the Chiefs, the Eagles will have beaten 3 of the arguably top 4 best coaches of all time in a championship or Super Bowl.
mhm,
in Belichick,
Belichick,
Reid.
Andy Reid, and Lombardi.
yeah.
Um,
and then it's ironic because like you look at the coaches that have like won the Super Bowls. Like if this happens, like Nick Sirianni, Doug Peterson's, like those guys are not great coaches. I'll be
Right.
like, call it what it is. But I know Nick's doing a great job with his team. But you know, if you look at like coaches among the league, I don't know that he's like a top 10 coach.
Andy Reid is 4th with 273 wins. The next closest is Belichick with 302, so he'd still have to do another 2 seasons to catch Belichick. Then George Halas is 2nd with 318, so now you're talking about 4 more seasons, and then Don Shula has 328.
How old is Andy Reid?
He
Mid
is
60s,
66.
66. I think he's got a few more years in him.
Do ya?
I
Yeah,
do.
Dude, he's been coaching a head coach since 99.
Yeah, it's a long ass time. It's a long ass time.
That's like what, 26 years, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
26 years.
Yep.
That's a long time.
Very long time.
They only have 273 wins too, so that means, and that's those terrible years he was with some bad years with the Eagles.
Yeah, but had a good.
Years with Kansas City too.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true too.
Before Mahomes.
Yep.
Well, dude, yeah, I can't. I mean, you think about it. What year did Mahomes come out? 2020.
2017.
Nah,
Tony-
longer than that.
That's where we were at.
Right. So he was with Kansas City for 5 years before Mahomes got there.
Yeah, his last year here was what, 2012?
Yeah, and Mahomes didn't start his first year. He
Right.
got played into it. Yeah, wow.
Who did they have? Was that Alex Smith?
Alex Smith,
Yep.
yeah.
All right, so yeah, we'll wrap that up by saying go Birds. And listen, Dom, the Flyers made a big trade finally.
Was it a big trade though?
Well, you know, they did something. They made a trade.
Yeah.
Getting rid of Morgan Frost and Joel Farabee. I'm curious. Like, you were a pretty big Farabee guy, right?
Early on,
Yeah.
I was. Early on, I was, and then the last like 2-3 years, I really couldn't stand him.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I did the opposite on Konechny. Like a guy like Konechny, like I liked Konechny a lot when he first came up, and then I kind of like started to hate him. And then these last like 2 years or so, he's really like proven to be,
I'm the same way with Konechny. Yeah.
yeah, kind of a star almost.
Yeah. So they trade Morgan Frost and Joel Farabee for Andrei Kuzmenko, Jacob Peltier, a 2nd-round pick, and I think a 7th-round pick.
Yep.
Yeah, it's because of the potential that like Farabee and Frost had. It seems like a big trade. They really just didn't have much of a future with this team. My only problem with it is like they already don't have centers, and they just traded a center and winger away and got 2 wingers.
Yeah,
So
but
who's
don't you-
playing center?
don't you think that just means that they're committing to the idea that it's just? I'm not
Tank.
going to say they're tanking, but like they're just
They're
not
tanking.
very concerned with making the playoffs.
Right. Yeah.
Or
True.
so I don't think it really matters all that much.
No. And Kuzmenko has some scoring ability. His rookie season a handful of years ago scored I think 40 goals or damn close to it.
Yeah, I think it was 30.
Yeah, got traded to Vancouver a year or two after that, and just is overpaid and hasn't really been as productive.
I'm interested in what Danny Briere said too, about how they were they felt like they were going to be interested in him in the offseason. So they felt like if they can get him in the building and then kind of see what,
Kind of like
they
a
like him.
trial.
Yeah, what they like, what they don't like, to see if he'd be worth. Do you think? So what does he get paid? Five
and a half, something like that. Yeah.
Do you think that, let's say he comes here and he kind of is better than what he's been this year, but maybe not that 39 goal scorer? Do you think that he'll make less than that $5 million if the Flyers offer it to him?
Probably, yeah. Because I think it's kind of like well regarded that like he's overpaid.
Yeah,
So, yeah. I think he's definitely going to get a pay cut. Yeah.
yeah. And then this other kid, I've heard nothing but like good things in terms of like he might not be the best player in the world, but like he definitely is like a high energy guy, a good teammate.
Yeah,
he's
well,
a guy that
he
you're
was
probably gonna love because he's one of those, Matisse Thybulles that like
yeah.
is a good personality people are gonna like, and he's probably just gonna be like very average.
Yeah, he was a first round pick back in I want to say 2019.
Yeah.
And he's a guy. It's really weird because like he was put on waivers earlier this season by Calgary. So like the Flyers essentially could have just picked him up for nothing. Then, nobody picked him up. He sent down and then he got called back up within the last like month or two or something like that. And the last couple weeks, from what I've seen, has been playing really, really well.
Okay.
So, I guess they've liked what they've seen in him in the last few weeks to get him in the deal. But yeah, I don't know what to expect. I mean, again, first round pick. I guess he's got some talent, but we'll see. And for some reason, they still might not be available to play tomorrow. They haven't played yet. The deal happened like 5 days ago because
And I think Farabee and Frost have played like 2 games already.
Yeah, 2 games. Yep.
And
I'm sure it's a Tariff's fault.
Where are they at with like a draft pick concern?
So I think right now, if the season ended today, they'd be like the 7th worst odds, or the 7th best odds, however you want to look at it. And then I think they're just gonna keep falling. So like, they could realistically get a top 5.
And they already have what, 2 other first?
They have 2 other first round picks. Yeah, they have. Well, they'll both be good, like later picks, because Colorado and Edmonton are both going to make the playoffs and make deep runs probably.
Yeah.
And then if you trade like a Rasmus Ristolainen for like a first plus, I think you have to too. But they're not in love with the idea. But I think if you could get a first plus for him, that'll be another first round pick.
And Lawton's lost all of his like.
Yeah. They should have traded him like last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When his value was at the absolute highest.
Yep.
Especially because like you have Noah Cates, who's like what Lawton is essentially. Like, you don't need 2 Lawtons.
Right.
What does the prospects look like, Mike? Like, what does the top 5 look like?
Oh God, it's not great.
It's not Connor Bedard, right?
No. That'd be nice. But Jet Luchenko is probably their best prospect right now. He got like a cup of coffee earlier in the season with the Flyers. They got sent back to juniors. But he kind of.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Mike. What? Who the draft prospect?
Oh, the draft. I think
what does that look like? Is there a Bedard like?
There's a couple really good players at the top end of the draft. Like, I think right now, if you look at the projections, there's like a couple wingers projected to go like 1, 2, and then number 3. Again, all these could change, but like there's a kid from Boston. It's Boston College or Boston University, Dom? Do you know?
I
think it's Boston University.
Yeah, they're both red, right?
Yeah.
Who thought of that?
one's like maroon and gold, and the other one's
they're both red.
Like red, yeah.
They're both red.
I want to say it's Boston University, but again, I do get them confused. James Higgins, I think is his name, and he's nasty. There's another guy in Canadian juniors, Michael Misa, who's an absolute stud. Just scores goals at a stupid pace.
He
Actually,
goes
let me,
to
what was that?
BC. Higgins goes to BC.
BC? See, I had it wrong. Let me look up Michael Misa's stats right now because they
They're stupid.
are stupid.
I think he's like a goal a game.
Yeah, it's close to a goal a game. He's got 44
Yeah,
games.
They did it like 2 weeks ago, and it was like 39 goals in 39 games or something.
44 games played, 40 goals, 48 assists, 88 points. 40 goals in 44 games is stupid.
There's the one dude, the one winger, I actually like a lot too.
I just think they're so desperate for center.
Sure. Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I'm just saying the what's his Malone or Marone?
Yeah, what the fuck is his name?
I think it's Marone, isn't it? Or Maroon?
Yeah, Marone or Maroney or whatever you want to say, but I forget his first name. Parker, Peter, something with a P, right?
He's having a really good year too.
On,
Roger McQueen is another
big center. Doesn't have a ton of speed though, to be honest. Hold on, I don't think it's Malone because I can't find him.
I think it's Marone.
Marone. Oh, I put him Marone. Oh, let's look at
I don't know. You know this better than I do.
Yeah, I'm aware. Porter Martone.
Martone, yeah.
Martone. I know it was something with a P too. Yeah, so like right now, I think the draft rankings has Matthew Schaefer, one who's a defenseman, Porter Martone, who's a winger. Then 3 they have James Higgins, and then 4 Michael Misa.
Which is interesting because Higgins was like, before the season started, was like the Connor Bedard, consensus #1 pick.
Yep.
But I think was he hurt? Because I don't think he played that many games. Or I'm thinking of somebody else.
He's played 24 games. I don't know how many games they've played. The college schedule is much lighter than.
No, I looked at it like a week or two ago, and there was like a guy that only played like 9 games or something. But it may have been somebody else.
Roger McQueen's only played 8 games in the WHL.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
That seems light.
Yeah.
So he might have been alright. He's got 8 goals in 8 games, but
yeah.
Yeah, I want Misa. Either Misa or Higgins. So if you get into the top 3 or 4, then I like that.
I just wish they were bigger.
Misa's 6'1".
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he was under 6.
It's got him listed as 6'1", 185.
How do you spell his name?
Michael, and then Misa Misa. It's got him listed 6'1", 185. Higgins is 5'11", 176.
Yeah, it's also scary that these guys are born in 2007.
I know. Higgins was 2006.
Yeah. Misa's
your boy Porter Martone is 6'3", 207.
Yeah, I love that. I love every second of that.
I just think they need a center, so that's why I want Higgins.
Yeah, for sure. No, I know.
So, but yeah, if you get one of those guys in the top 3 or 4, and you can get that high of a pick, you pair him alongside with Michkov. It's definitely a good start.
How far out are the Flyers?
2 to 3 years away from being 2 to 3 years away.
Playoff spot this year or to compete?
I mean, actually being relevant.
Yeah, you got a little while.
2 to 3 years away from being 2 to 3 years.
Yeah,
away.
that was the knock on Hextall. It's like every year they're like, we're 2 years away from being 2 years away. That's kind of where we're at right now. Right now we're 2 years away from being 2 years away.
It is encouraging that and I've seen some people say this on Twitter, and I kind of agree with it. Like, it's encouraging that it feels like Briere is kind of we're at the end of the evaluation portion of like the rebuild, right? Like, it seems like this offseason is when they're going to try to start maybe potentially, building the blocks a little bit.
Yeah, and they're going to have a lot of money to spend too in the offseason.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna offer Mitch Marner,
okay,
and you're gonna hate it.
I don't hate Mitch Marner.
I don't know if I love him though.
I don't love him either. Like, he puts up a ton of points in the regular season, and it's fun to watch in the regular season. But once it comes like playoff time, he shrinks and he doesn't engage in the physical stuff. And yeah, I don't know.
I also think it'd be interesting because they have so much money. If they'd offer somebody who's restricted.
Yeah.
Like the kid from Minnesota, I think is restricted, right? Rossi.
Kaprizov? Oh, Rossi. Yeah.
The dude from Anaheim too.
Travis.
Who does? Yeah.
Travis. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people are like saying, they could potentially be like future 1C,
Yeah, maybe. McTavish
I don't
plays.
know if I buy that, but
McTavish plays with an edge too.
yeah.
He's kind of a prick to play against, from
Does
what
he
I've
have
seen.
size?
McTavish. No, I don't think he's all that big, to be honest. Let me look. Let's see
Dom, are
here.
you watching this Super Bowl?
Yeah, briefly. Like
Dude, what is Cooper Manning wearing?
Julian Edelman's on my TV right now.
Yeah, the Cooper Manning is going around and interviewing people in the like. He looks like somebody that should be in band. Have you
Okay.
seen that guy going around talking to people? He's
I
got like the big band hat on. It's Cooper Manning. That's the third Manning brother. He's going around. Yeah, he's going around talking to people in like the head of a marching band. I don't know what they're called, but with the big hat. If you, I'm like, what in the world is going on right now?
What's the Pro Bowl?
This is the first opening night ceremony of the
Oh,
Super Bowl.
that's the other thing. Like, I understand it's a Super Bowl. Why do we have to like do all the extra like theatrics? Like, just play the goddamn game. Like, I don't need 2 weeks of this.
the greatest interview of all time, Alshon Jeffrey, when they say it's cold here in Minnesota. How's the weather going to affect you? And he goes, "We
Play
play
in the dome."
Yeah.
Wasn't it at this thing that Marshawn Lynch came on and said the whole like, I'm only here so I don't get fined?
Yeah,
It
this is
might have
what
been.
this week is. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
only here so I don't get fined. Next question.
Yeah, like, I don't think you need all the theatrics. Like the whatever you're watching right now shouldn't exist.
Well,
I only have it on because there's nothing else on.
yeah, right now you get to see if you really were interested, Mike, Julian Edelman and Mark Sanchez giving probably some really good.
Is that what's her face too?
And
What's her name?
I'm not watching, so I couldn't tell you.
I can't remember who am I thinking of.
Give me something to work with. An actress, singer,
No. She's like she
reporter.
works in football. Yeah, she's a reporter.
FS1.
Mina Kimes, Kay Adams.
No, they don't work for FS1.
FS1.
What's her name? C. Cassandra? No,
Carissa Thompson.
Chris Thompson.
Okay,
Sorry, I could not think of her name.
she's got a podcast with what's her face. Who's a sideline reporter? The one that was on.
Aaron Andrews?
Yes, Aaron Andrews. Don't they have a podcast together, the two of them?
I have no idea.
Pretty sure they do. Yes. So okay, now I got you. Fair enough.
Yeah, you're not missing much, basically.
Is Joy? What's her name? Joy. The fuck's her
No,
name?
no,
She's
come
not there.
on, that's a foul.
It's ESPN.
That's a foul.
No,
it's
it is
ESPN.
Fox. It is Fox.
she's
No, it is
Fox,
Fox.
isn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
she's
is
Fox.
Fox.
Are you gonna ask if Emmanuel Ancho's there too?
Listen, maybe
With-
I
with
don't. I
Skip.
don't know what goes on in that
Did you
industry.
see Chad Ochocinco gave Nick Sirianni a kiss on the head?
Did he?
Yeah, he was sitting doing his interview or whatever, and Ochocinco comes out of nowhere and kisses him on the head, and Sirianni's like, "What the fuck?" And then he realizes it's Ocho.
Dude, I don't know if I love Ocho Cinco or hate him. I can't tell. I'm not sure. Back and forth.
Yeah,
I think he does too much with the Madden game. Like that's a little too much with. Well, I'm the ratings adjuster, so like you have a good game, like
Yeah, so I'm talking to Travis Hunter about that. Did you see that clip?
no, I
Yeah.
don't get me started on Travis Hunter. Please.
Oh, your hot things with Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter is going to be the biggest bust in the NFL because he's completely average at both positions.
I think he's going to be a good receiver.
I don't even think he plays receiver. I think he plays corner. I think the NFL you need a better corner than you need a receiver.
Yeah, but I
guy
think you
just-
make more money playing receiver than you do cornerback.
you could-
I think that's
I-
all he cares about. I think he cares about his image and money. I think those are the two things that are
I
driving.
think he is so bad. I think that whole Colorado team, Shador Sanders sucks.
I
That
agree.
whole Colorado team. What?
I said that's possible.
Yeah, I think he's going to be. I think the games that he played against. I don't. We can go back to that, but I just think the games that he played against tough talent, he didn't show up.
Sure.
and Gentry should have won the Heisman, but it's a
I agree.
popular just like it shouldn't even be close. Saquon Barkley should win MVP.
He won't.
I know he won't. It's not designed to be that way. It's designed to give it to the quarterback, and if our quarterback could put up those stats, we would love it too.
Right.
Same thing. Like I'm not going to hate on it. I just think Barkley, when it comes down to it, what the awards for the most valuable player, Barkley was the most valuable player to his team this year.
100%.
All right. So February 3rd, Monday, 10:04 p.m. Chris says that we've got it documented that Chris is out on Travis Hunter.
Out on Travis.
Out on Travis Hunter. Completely out on Travis Hunter. I think that kid, you think Devontae Smith is small? Wait till you see him go up against a linebacker. I think he's going to make Devontae Smith look like a linebacker.
Who was it? Somebody on one of those actors. I don't know his name, but like he's been in a bunch of stuff. He was on Barstool like last week, I think it was, and said that I think the Giants should draft Travis Hunter. Have Hunter and Neighbors, and they should sign Sam Darnold. And I was like, do that, please.
Yeah, please do that. Actually, yes.
I bet.
I will give you the money.
And he was like, he's like, they win the NFC East next year.
Yeah. So I think Dom knows. I don't know if you know this, Mike. My brother's a Cowboys fan.
Okay, I have heard this.
A diehard Cowboys fan, and I was like just ripping on him because of the hire of Schottenheimer, and he goes, "This is what's wrong with you Eagles fans. You're at the pinnacle of success right now, and you're worried about who the Cowboys are signing as their head coach."
Well, he should worry. He's never seen them win a Super Bowl.
And that's what I said to him. I said, Tyler,
games.
what you don't understand is I'm actually so excited that they hired Schottenheimer that it might surpass the Eagles winning the Super Bowl, because I know for the next 5 years the Cowboys aren't going to come close to it.
Well, you know why they hired him.
Yeah, because he was cheap. And
It's
cheap,
and he's going to do whatever Jerry Jones wants him to do.
Yeah, of course. I mean, my brother, I said something to my brother. I'm like, he's 55 and just got his first coaching. Like,
Yeah.
you don't think that that's an issue?
Yeah.
But he's like, this is what's wrong with Eagles fans. You're at the pinnacle of success. Your team's at the Super Bowl, and you care about who the Cowboys are
How
hiring.
did that happen?
What?
Your brother.
My uncle
Okay.
is a diehard Cowboys fan.
Also, this might be a dumb question. Is Brian related to Marty Schottenheimer? Did any connection?
Yeah,
with
that's his
son?
dad.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that, but I assumed.
Yeah, my brother was like, well, his dad was a good coach. I'm like, yeah.
Doesn't mean he is.
So was Marty Schottenheimer's dad. I was like, yeah, so was Buddy Ryan was a good coach. Look at how Rex and Rob turned out.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready to get out of here? Or do you have anything else in your minds tonight?
I talked to you a little bit about this last week, Mike. Dom didn't after the show. Dom, you know the Phillies have 4 top prospects in the top 100.
And I think they're close to 5. I think the 5th one is like right outside of 100.
It's Painter at 8.
Mm.
But I think me and Mike came to a conclusion. Everybody gets bumped up 1 because the Dodgers signed that kid to a minor league deal. That's Sasaki.
Okay.
So he's technically considered the number 1 prospect in baseball. Here, let me get the list.
I was going to say, did the official list come out?
It did. All right. So it is. Do you want to know the top 10? Do you?
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you where the Phillies are
Yeah.
at on there. All right. So number 1 is Sasaki. Number 2 is Roman Anthony.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Walker Jenkins.
Yep. Minnesota.
4, Dylan Cruz.
Yep.
Number 5, Jackson Jobe.
Yep.
Number 6, Max Clark. So 2 Detroit guys back to back.
Yep.
Number 7, Kristen Campbell, another Red Sox guy. So number 2 and 7 are the Red Sox. Number 8, Andrew Painter. Number 9, Carson Williams.
That's my guy in fantasy.
And number 10, Travis Bazana.
Okay.
So if we take Sasaki out of it, Painter, number 7.
Also, Cruz is probably going to start the year too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
because he came up at the end of the year last year, so
Yeah,
probably starts him and James Wood. I know Wood's not on the list, but they both probably start the year.
I probably Max Clark is on the team to start the year too
He's
for
still
Detroit.
young. He's
You
still
think?
young though. Yeah, he's like 20.
And Roman Anthony's got to be on the
But he's
major.
probably gonna start the season too.
Yeah, he's got it at this
Yeah.
point. Aiden Miller, 26
Okay.
at 63. Justin Crawford,
Okay.
and then at 92, Eduardo Tate.
Okay.
He is a 18-year-old.
Yep. Catcher. Yep.
Yeah, catcher. 18-year-old. ETA is 2028.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a Phillies four. They have 4 in the top 100. It's the first time in a while they've had,
Seems like it. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
at least 1 in the top 10. Like that's been a while, right?
I think Painter was number 3 a couple years ago.
Yeah, but was he? Was Painter number 3?
Yeah.
And he dropped. Wow.
Because of the injury and because he hasn't pitched in 2 years,
Yeah.
almost 2 years. So that's the only reason why he dropped.
I was watching something the other day where they said he actually developed a new pitch since he's been rehabbing.
Yep.
It's like some sort of fastball with movement. I don't know what is it, a cutter?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
They have weird terminology for pitchers anymore.
Yeah, it's not just it's a fastball with some late movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like sweeper. Like what is that?
Yeah.
What is sweeper? Stupid.
It's a slider.
Just sweeps out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
It's
like-
it's a slider. Just a
Yeah.
slider.
Slides out of the way.
Yeah,
Curve.
it's
It
a-
curves out of the way. Cutter. It
Like,
cuts
the
out.
sweeper is literally the same thing as a slider. Just call it a slider.
Well, I think it has more of a late
Downward
breaking
motion,
effect,
maybe.
and it's like a late breaking effect than a slider does.
See, this goes on to my rant last week. Like, how many different ways can you throw a ball? Like,
Right.
Just print the money, right, Dom?
funny, just fillet sauce. How many different ways can you throw a baseball?
Did we
Like,
get an update on why
On the
on how
Steel.
Steel went bad?
What'd you say?
So did we get an update on how Steel went bad?
We have not.
No,
I
that's
reached out to the unions and ask.
all right. Sounds good. Let us know. All right. Is that all we have this week?
I gotta run anyway, so
All right, that works for me. We're gonna get out of here, and we will see everybody next Monday. Hopefully,
Oh,
we're talking about
a nice
an
win.
Eagles Super Bowl win. We'll get out of here. Go Birds. See you then.